Do we have a quorum?
Come on.
Yeah, me, I'm here.
Is Iyeneka, just to be clear on that.
I'm tired of this. You know people that are evil. They want to name you something else that you didn't name yourself. That be your
Welcome to the Black Bra podcast. I am Warri.
I am Eka. Eyenika.
And I'm epic. Come on.
If you're Ghanaian again.
Don't mind that.
A quick one. Efe, it seems like your people have a new Olu of Warri, so we want to give a shout out.
Yes.
Mm.
What can I say?
Quite easy on the eyes, I have to say. Quite
As
easy on
in,
the eyes.
I think that guy used to live abroad, so he probably came back to collect the crown.
You
I don't.
know what? You know one thing that I
He
was
probably came
thinking.
back.
Because I'm like, I guess because no offense to Worry, like really no offense, but if I was living in like Lagos and then my husband now becomes king, I would not
Yes, come
relocate.
on, baby.
Like I don't like that would be a change. But I guess
Speaking of that, I think
you are aware of
his
it.
wife is what?
I think she's Edo or because her name is Ivie. I think
No, she's a pastress.
okay,
Pastor.
pastress. That's a good one.
Uh-huh.
That's a cute
No,
one.
she's a
Wow.
pastor. Because
Yeah,
her name is Ivie, yeah.
we've had quite a few pastresses, become because
Yeah.
even the Oni of Ife,
Eh.
his wife too is a pastress.
Mm.
So yeah, I mean it's interesting to see how they will converge, I guess, Christianity
Yeah.
with
The
what they
traditional,
consider
yeah.
to be fetish practices. But yeah, I thought that all the best to homeboy.
Very fine man and woman, fine
Very
family.
the one thing that I would say about him, no, see, I'm really trying to be fair. I watched like an interview that he did when they were asking him about his plans for his people.
Mm.
I
Mm.
think I saw any concrete plans. He basically was saying that
Yeah.
he doesn't, but I also applaud his honesty. He was saying that he doesn't control the purse, so there's a limit to what he can do. So let him not say that, I can build you 3 hospitals when he's not in control of the like he doesn't have the final say on the purse, the money. I like that honesty. But so like what he can control 100% is that he wants to encourage his people, that people that I guess the people of Warri or the Shekiris are now like somehow down or something. So he wants to encourage them to have confidence in themselves. And I was like, okay, I mean that's nice, I guess. But I was hoping to hear something more
Are we in primary?
I was hoping to hear something more concrete. So maybe he just trying to not promise what he cannot deliver is that I don't control the pulse. So I cannot tell you that I can give you, and he was even honest that he knows that people want to hear I will give you money, but he hasn't controlled the pulse. So he cannot promise you that okay, every job, so every
telling you so.
security youth will not get 5K every
Get
month.
this.
He can't promise you that. So but maybe even though you don't control the purse, maybe more of like how do you plan to
Influence the purse.
influence the purse? How do you plan to interact with like the oil companies that are going to no doubt come into your land, right? So maybe more of that, or maybe you call him off guard. I don't know, but because it's not an elected position, yes, but you are in a position of leadership. So I don't know how I felt about.
You know that it might reach you, so you prep.
Not even only that, he said that I think the uncle died in December, and that by April, I think is when he got, I guess maybe picked or something. I don't know, but that he's just seeing the sign. So at least in April, you know that okay, this is coming to you. So
Yeah.
I'm like, brotherly, I would have liked to see a bit more concrete planning of what you intended to do for the people of Warri. But all the best in your reign. He's a pretty young guy, I think 40 something. So we look
Maybe
forward to
30
what
something self.
30 something. So we look forward
37
to
or
what
something.
but he's also apparently a businessman by profession, I guess. So he has entrepreneurial abilities. So hopefully he can bring that to bear in his role. So why don't you give a big shout out to the people of the Warri
Worry.
zones. Who else did I want to give shout outs to? To those who are doing. I don't even. How did we come up with the create challenge again? Like I don't even.
Oh
I
my
Oh
mean,
God!
God.
Please, I was
No.
hoping
I
this will
beg.
not even come here. Like, come on. Cause
like,
like, oh my God! Like,
like,
who comes up with these stupid challenges? This must be the most stupid one yet. And for somebody to put crates on a concrete floor, knowing fully
As in,
well
you
that you
get,
fall, then you're now causing yourself
it's
and your
stupid.
family members
Hey,
medical stress. Eh?
hmm,
Ah, good.
it's not me
yeah.
and them.
I
Anyway, I had
guess.
just I have
Yes,
a small.
please,
So
please.
basically,
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember when I think it was a former Senate president or deputy Senate president that went to Germany. I think the Igbos invited him for like a conference. Skinny. Anyway, so a Ghanaian president was in Germany this weekend, and I mean, when I played the two videos side by side, I'm like, Ghanaians are actually so calm. The president came out of his car. The guy was like, Nana, oh Nana, feed the country, please. We want to come home. And it's like they even gave this guy like they were even chopping knuckle. I'm like, when our Senate president went to Germany, he chops up. It's not knuckle. But it's just like I mean, African leaders are quite interesting, but I'm just like the difference between the way Ghanaians approach their leader and Nigerians. Kind of like Nigerian people,
Mm.
we've been suffering for how long? So it's like you cannot come here. And the thing is, they invited that guy to Germany, and they not came to beat him. So it's just, but yeah, that was funny to see Sharp. And it was sad at the same time. Like Nana, we want to come home, fix the country. We love you, but Sharp fix the country, and but Ghana is crying. So what would Nigeria say? Anyways,
Can I
that's
say
all it.
I love your Ghanaian accent, Fa, by the way.
Aziz.
I think it was pretty on point. But yeah, I think Ghanaians since this COVID-19 thing hit, I've been seeing more and more on social media.
Of
Their
what is really going on.
celebrities, yeah,
Mhm.
complaining about, and now to your point, some of the things that they're complaining about, I'm like,
As in,
in
how's
Nigeria,
Nigeria?
It's in 2005 as our own it started. If this is
Ex-
the problem you're having now. Mm.
exactly. So, but I wish them all the best. I think also this Nana guy came in as a savior from the. I think who was the guy
Yeah,
before him? I forget his name now.
yeah, I've forgotten that one's name.
Yeah, but he came in as the savior of the day from that guy, and then I guess he's not saving at
Mm.
the moment. So African leaders
Mhm.
do better.
Now, fix that country, please. Let's start home.
Ah, oh my God.
Speaking
And it was so funny
of,
because the guy was like,
yeah,
Nana, oh, Nana, Nana, oh.
he gave him a soundtrack, isn't it?
As in soundtrack.
Speaking of countries, a quick one that I wanted to touch on is just Afghanistan again. Sorry,
Oh,
like apparently
Mm.
there's now ISIS K in
bombing.
Hmm.
addition to, so there's the Taliban,
Mm.
which had I guess guaranteed the West that okay, we'll give you to this date to move your people out. You
Mm.
know, the ISIS K is now a
Has
fringe group that considers both the West and Taliban as enemies. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like,
Mm.
all this fighting is not because people want the best for the people, though.
Yes.
Anyway, let
I
us
don't even want to
proceed
talk about that
to the
because it's sad.
issues.
It's normal people that are dying in this whole.
That is it.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
That is it. Moving on to the topics of separations and divorce. This week has seen quite a bit of
Yeah.
separations. We had the fancy and Giddy kidnap. What's that one name again? Alex.
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 What's
Alex.
that one's
We
name?
had that. Sorry, Alex.
I don't know the
But love.
rudeness so for
So
Alex.
As in, so
Hi.
rude.
Sorry, I forgot your name. I apologize for that. Fancy and Alex Ekubo, they broke up this week.
Mm-hmm.
Dale Curry and whatever his wife's name is again, that's Steph Curry's parents.
You are
Sorry,
rude. My
sorry,
lady.
they broke up this week. Anissa and Paul Okoye, that has been, I think the news broke last week, maybe.
Mm.
And these are all, well, with the exception of Fancy and Alex, these
Alex.
are all quite long-term relationships,
Mm.
you
Yeah.
know. And the other last year, was it last year or early this year? Bill, Auntie Melinda and Uncle Bill, decided
Yeah.
to go their separate ways after 20 something of years of marriage. So what's happening, girls? What's in the water?
Mm.
What's really going on?
People are saying it's COVID. Maybe the fact that people have to stay together, then they now realize that we can't. That's like the people are blaming COVID for it.
But isn't that sad? Because I'm thinking about this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we have to work or make money or whatever, you probably spend most of the time in an office or business environment than at home with your spouse. But then now that we've been forced to spend the time with our spouses at home, we're all like, I don't know if I should have married you. Eh, Where did we get it wrong? Do you get what I'm saying? Because to me, I feel as though spending time with your spouse should not be the marriage breaker that it is seeming
Yeah.
to be.
This,
So we're not just focusing on our
yeah.
relationships. Like, what were we doing?
I think for me, I think I said this in one episode when COVID first happened. I think during 2020, a lot of people took that time to introspect, so to look within. So you kind of do an assessment of your life because it's like people were dying around you. You're like, okay, let me see you. Since I'm still alive, let me see if there's something I can do before. Because you don't know, people were just dropping dead. So it's like, okay, let me see what is wrong. Maybe fix something before. Maybe God forbid I die tomorrow. So I think that might have for marriages, I think that even with jobs, because it's not just marriages, you've seen people move. Like I know many people that quit. Many people, in fact, I don't know anybody personally that did not move from one job to the next during COVID. Everybody I know, well, like I can't do this job again. I beg, I'm going to another job. So I think it's just the introspection when you think about it, and just you people analyze life in general, and then analyze themselves, like living in the world, especially in a time like this. So I think that might have affected marriages. That's what I think. I think it's just the interest sometimes, because many times we're just working, playing. We don't take time to like actually think of ourselves and think of maybe the world we live in and what role we play and the things that happen in our lives. So I don't know. That's what I think, sure.
I agree with you because I think COVID made people spend time with people that they call their spouses or partners or whatever the name you want to
Yeah.
call the people that they live with. A lot of people lived with those people, actually lived with those because a lot of people are sharing house, they are housemates. Some are even less than housemates, but they are saying they are married, they are in a relationship. But then now with COVID, you don't have anywhere you can go to. Sit down in your house, you cannot have an escape, and a lot of people couldn't
Yeah.
stand themselves. Some people it made them closer, some people it made them they are not they were not able to
Mm.
stand themselves because before now, maybe you go to work, when you go to work, you finish work, you go out for drinks with your friends, or you just go and see
Mm.
your side chick, one or two things around there. Or before you come back home, by the time you come back home it's late, your spouse is sleeping, you sleep, the next day you wake up, you move out early, or you sleep and by the time you wake up the person that is sleeping beside you has already gone. So that is how people were doing. That one is even if both of you are in the same location safe. There are some that were not even in the same location, there
Yeah.
are some that travel a lot. So all those things were happening. Now you have to sit down with yourself. Office is closed,
Mm-hmm.
you cannot go to office. Road has curfew, you cannot say you want
Yeah.
to go and see anybody. What are you going to now do? You're now looking at this person. Now the fight now intensifies, everything now becomes a problem. They are like, you know what, it's not as if you were contributing to my life before this, let us just break up. I'm okay with myself, and this
Yeah.
life is too short. We have seen how many people that are dying from COVID, so is this how I want to live my life? As you said, people are introspecting. Me, my own challenge with
Yeah.
all this is the fact that, and this might sound petty, is the fact that, okay, although these relationships were long-term relationships, so it had gone south after some time. My own beef is the ones that were short-term that have now broken up. And we went to your wedding, we bought a Ashwebi, we traveled, all those things. And then after 1 year now, because of COVID now, you just realize you people were never ever even compatible in the first place. Me, I just wonder, is it that people are because is it that people are rushing into these things? But
I don't
then you
Mm.
can't
I
say
don't know
that
if it's
Anita and
rushing.
Paul were rushing in because they were dating for a long time.
I don't think
So
I would say is rushing. Sorry to call you up. I think there are a
yeah.
few elements that happen. One, I think that I won't blame this generation. I think for some reason we've always, rather than solve our problems, we find an escape for our problems, right? Even culturally
Exactly.
speaking, when a woman says her husband is, acting out or whatever, right? What would they tell her? Focus on your kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
If a
Mm,
man has a crazy woman, what they tell him? You're the man of the house. That doesn't
mm,
solve any problem. So
mm,
what does he do? He finds an escape route
mm,
somewhere. I've finally had a friend of a family friend who was recently married. He said something along the lines of that when I go and do my side chick, right? I come home in a better mood to be better for you. So as a couple, we're not
Can you
solving our
imagine?
problems. I just have to do what I
we're
need to do.
escaping.
Yeah, I do what I need to do to come home sane, right,
Mm,
for you. Now, so I think there's that layer of the problem. I think the other second layer is women waiting till they are stable in a sense to break out, right?
mm,
Like this Anita case, for example, I'm guessing she feels more financially at least empowered now
mm,
than when they started dating. Because if I'm not mistaken, she was running a master's program when their relationship came out. If I'm not mistaken, I think she was running a master's program in the UK or something. At some point in time, which I'm guessing was bankrolled by um, the P Square
Paul.
funding, right? So I think that there's
Mm.
also the element of, if this is what I'm dealing with, let me try and get and I'm not saying that what she was doing, but let me try and stabilize first, right?
mm,
Or
Mm.
then move. Or we don't know whether she's an American citizen now or she was then before. So like, how was she able to go to the US, now? So was she
mm,
working on that program, through the years? So I think there's an element of
Mm.
once I like the physical living is always the last thing. You get what I'm saying?
mm.
The emotional piece
Yeah.
would have happened earlier on. But I wanted to touch on two things. One from Fancy and Alex, the other one from Anita and Paul. Fancy and Alex, right? Because there was a comedian that basically made it seem like he would never do a public, like announce his love life publicly,
Mm,
because when
Yeah.
in that scatters, we now all have a front row seat to this scattering. What do you? Because there's a school of
Mm.
thought that says that what we scatter is scatter. It's not because of social media,
mm,
right? And
Exactly.
and there's this
Exactly.
and there's the school of thought of like, what they don't know they can't destroy.
mm.
So where do you girls kind of like are you team put it out there for the world, be a social media,
I think it was Funny
love,
Bone that said that thing,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
he was
Yeah.
saying that he
or
would
do you
not
keep
put
it
his.
under, yeah, because I think it takes a lot of guts, right, to break a very public
And now,
relationship or
yeah.
engagement, yeah,
So you're asking if we're team
public,
PDA on the gram?
yeah, let the world know if you die, you die, right? Or are you like, let's protect it, let's keep it, under wraps, it's between me and God and you.
This is my answer to
I'm
that.
team. Look, me, I'm not even.
No, what all I wanted to say, sorry, if is that I will be upset if my partner puts happy birthday for me on social media and says he loves me. Meanwhile, we were lying down on the same bed. You didn't show me that love physically. I don't need, like, you telling me happy birthday on social media and telling me you love is for who? Is
Okay,
for who?
okay,
Because we
okay.
were coming from the same bed. So who is it for? It doesn't benefit me. So that means it's for others to see that you love me. Why do I need
Mm.
others to see that you love me? I need you to show me you love me. I don't need,
Yeah.
that's me personally. I don't need others to see that you love me. Neither do I need others to know how much you love me or what we are doing in our lives. Personally, I'm not even somebody that wants to give people something to talk about.
Mm.
So
They want to
that's my own.
tension the haters.
I'm not
Me,
tensioning any haters.
Okay.
Me, my own
I'm
is
not
not even.
interested.
Yeah, my own is not even tensioning the haters because I remember back in the day, if you're going to get married, people would do investigations into the family you're getting married to. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not
Okay.
even like a social media person, but I think I would put like because I see people they'll cut off the man's face. Now it's either that man somebody's husband or you just don't want people to see, and it's like, okay, what are you hiding? Are you
Mm,
doubtful? Me, even I'm not like ideally I wouldn't post myself or whoever I'm dating online. But if I'm going to get married, me, I'll post it. Bella Nigeria must carry it. So if there's any gist, send it to my DM. Let me know. Yeah, so I will do it because if we can't investigate the family, there's most people that got married back in the days is from school or something. So you have a link, to an extent, oh, this guy in school, this is how he was, this girl. But these days, like, people are getting married from on social media and all
Yeah.
sorts of ways. So it's like, if you don't know, if you don't know that, because me, I'm someone who, if sometimes we get a feeling that the person we're with, we shouldn't be with the person. Then we ask questions, and then people will not be honest with you. But if it keeps lingering in your mind, so me, and the thing is, you can never trust anybody, unfortunately. So me, I will make sure we sponsor the post on Bella Niger. That's the top. That's the
Hey,
top. No, it's true. That's the top one. So if there's any gist, then send it to my DM. Let me know who I'm dealing with. Some people will get married. They'll be like, I didn't know he was married. I didn't know she had a child. I didn't know this. So me, I prefer it. I want to know as much as possible, before I get married. But then again, if
now,
I get married, I don't know. I'm okay with divorce. I will divorce you and move on. So
now the
either way, Sha.
question I have is that if somebody plans for you people and does something fake and lies, a
we would,
good lie,
we would still find out if it's a lie or not. It's a matter of
what
asking
if it
questions.
becomes too late by the time
As
you're
But how
in,
would
finding out?
they do
Because it will be putting a strain in your relationship because the person will be
it?
saying it
but
is a
that's the
lie.
point.
Don't you trust me?
But that's
Yeah,
the point.
exactly. That's the point. That's the point. So like we
Because
need
I
to
just
have
watched something recently that
mm,
the guy died and they did a whole hula hoop. And after they realized that somebody took time that was bored, that was his colleague, and just did Photoshop, did everything, like went all
yeah,
out. And he didn't do any of the things he was accused of.
yeah.
Because
I
this
mean that's what
internet generation, and it can be just jealousy of
No,
yeah.
but in that
okay,
film, was it that the colleague had a liking? Because to me, like for someone
no,
to do
that's the
that,
funny thing. That's the funny thing. It was not a liking because this person has a husband and is older than him by far, like an auntie kind of thing. So it's like,
Mm,
what what warranted this thing? Is it madness? Like she might be a psychopath because like what was your issue? No, me, to be honest, I agree with you in the sense of if you want to post, I'm not saying that like if I'm in a relationship, I will not post because all this one that people used to cut
yeah.
head out and do this, I can't do that. If I feel like posting a picture of two of us,
post it to
I'll
your
post the
Yeah.
chest.
picture. I'll post the picture. My own is the constant. You will do you people will be kissing,
Yeah.
do pic video of yourself kissing.
Mhm.
You will be doing this one, you people, you will buy this one for you, will post it. So it's constant. But then I think a picture once in a while, that's a sweet one if you want to do that. But me, my own is
Yeah.
that there are some people, their own is too constant. Then now you're now
Yeah.
living for the gram. You want to show us that you people are in love. Later now, it's still the same us now that we'll see that you people have unfollowed each other. We'll now start asking questions. You now start saying, please,
Mind your business.
no, no, no,
Respect.
no. The
Respect.
statement, no, the statement is always, in these hard times, please give myself and my family some space to breathe. I say,
Love
my
and light.
friend, when you were giving us the gist of the love, you did not tell us we should give you breathing space. You were liking all the comments that were saying, oh, eh.
That
Anyway, that's my
because to
own.
me, kind of where I align on that is to me, if you want to do one post a year, you want to give us, minute by minute PDA, that's
Mm,
fine. But I think that you also have to take responsibility for the fact that you have not invested us in your relationship. So
yeah.
when things are going bad or like to me, I think you have to understand that you've invited some of those, naysayers to
Yeah.
yourself because you've put the information out there in such a public way. You get what I'm saying?
Mm,
So to me, it's your point. That now, okay, please respect our privacy. When it was good, you did not ask us to respect your privacy. I'm not saying that we should feel some bad info, but to me, I feel like it's a bit hypocritical to 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 not take the
Yeah.
bad the good with the bad if you've chosen to be someone that lives your life out there on the ground,
Mm-hmm.
right? The
mm,
other one that I wanted to touch on was Anita and Paul. She's reportedly
Yeah.
asking for $7,500, I think, thereabouts every month for child
Mm.
support. And my thing
Yeah.
was, I mean, that seems high, but then again, her man or her ex-man is not poor. Um, But I
Yeah.
think my question was more along the lines of, if me and you are in Nigeria together, right,
Mm.
and we have an
Mm.
issue, or maybe even like if we are in some place in Warri, on the topic of Warri, right, and we're married, we have kids, we have an issue, and I relocate, right, with the kids to Lagos. Of course, cost of living is going to be much different in Warri
Mm.
than in Lagos, right? The man is obligated to support his children, point blank
Mm.
simple.
Mm.
But how much of it, how I put it, should the mother be able to choose a champagne taste for her children, right? And require the man to fund a champagne lifestyle, regardless of
Mm.
whether or not his budgets can carry it. That's basically where I'm going, because she could have been in Nigeria, right? And I don't know that she would have required, so that amount of money every month,
Mm.
right, from
Mm.
him. But if you've chosen to go to the US, which is different cost of living and things like that, right?
Mm.
Like,
Yeah.
how, like, to me, I think the conversation is beyond just, oh, it's child support. It's like, okay, like, we're now on a different level. So
Level.
as a mother, are you allowed to do that because you're the primary? Like, do you get what I'm trying to go with that? Like, you've changed the game on us.
Mm.
So how much of that choice that you've made should the man be responsible for?
I don't even know.
I
I
mean,
don't
I'm
even
not
know
saying
it
that
was
Paul is poor,
seven
because
five. She
maybe
asked.
he
So she
can
asked
carry
for.
it.
Wait, sorry. Let's just like go back a bit. I didn't even know. She asked. Is 7.5? I didn't read that divorce thing. Is seven
Yeah. It was
five?
7. Yeah, I think so. 7,000 or 7,500.
Yeah, because it
She
ended up
asked
being
for
like
monthly
15 million or
monthly.
something per month. That was because
Yeah.
they did the conversion for us, the posting.
So monthly allowance. What was it named as? Monthly child support.
And
I
that was
think
the tag.
Okay.
Well,
Mm.
support. Well, they tagged it as support, but for the greater good, let me just assume that child.
Mm.
She has 3 kids, so
Hmm.
I think some women use it as a way to get back, like when they increase the support value or whatever. I think some people use it as a way to get back. And then again, she probably has an idea of his investment, so she probably
Mm.
feels like she's entitled to a certain amount, of course, with 3 children and stuff. So I think it could either be because you're getting back, or because you know that this person has a certain amount of money available. Then third, and then in Anita and Paul's case, it could also be just for optics, because I've seen some rumors on the internet. But then the first two share either to get back, or because you know Sha that this person is is up to the task.
But I guess I'm saying because the court is going to do what the court is going to do. But from a
Mm.
moral standpoint, I just feel as though if me
Okay.
and you were maintaining a particular lifestyle for the
Yeah.
children, and then because we've broken up, you've now chosen to change the game, and you
Mm.
cannot on your own support
Mm.
this game change, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Because many people are going to end the convo as it's your children, so therefore you have
Mm.
to
Take care
cater
of
to
them.
them, right?
Mm.
But and the fact that these people are now upcoming artists now, I don't know what the income flow is.
Mm.
So like, I'm not, again, maybe he has money, but I'm just saying that, like, it, it was weird to me, because typically it's a support your child, which is a fair point. But I'm like, when you now up the lifestyle of the children, what's
Yeah.
what's the man to do? If the man can't keep up, is he a deadbeat? Do you get what
But
I'm saying?
but are you saying that based on general, or the fact that because we don't know if that was the lifestyle, the money they were collecting
Yeah.
You're saying
beforehand?
In
that even
general.
in Nigeria, is basically what you're trying to
Uh-huh.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eh. People are
Yeah. So do
earning
you know how much
mega.
their school fees is? You guys remember the school we went to self? Imagine how much school fees is now. And I'm sure they're not going to ordinary Nigerian schools, all these
That's
international schools.
that's what I'm saying. So
As in, so
you're underestimating what was being
I'm
spent.
telling you.
We know we underestimate Nigerian people earners because our eye never see yet.
That's
That
true.
is why
We
we
had
don't know
some
that some
figures
people are
yesterday.
ballers. Exactly. So all this what we are talking now, we are talking based on what we think that's big money. But then for her,
Yes.
it's she just puts, okay, this is what I have
It's
to spend
it's
normally.
something
We
small in
have
it.
We used to have
Exactly.
we used to have a private chef. We used to have this, that, that. Yeah, 7.5 a month.
So
Oh gosh.
let me touch on the last divorce and item there. I forget the woman's name. Sorry, it was Steph Curry's parents. Um,
Yeah.
the what have caused fights now is that the man is claiming that the lady said that the husband cheated. The man is
Mm.
saying that she cheated, and she is saying that we've been separated for a year, maybe. And so
Mm.
in that year, I started seeing somebody else.
Yeah.
So, ladies, how do you girls feel about like what is a lot like? Okay, so we are fighting because
Mm.
that's the same thing that Jada said in her entanglement.
Yeah.
And in watching that video, Will Smith did not quite agree on what the terms of the separation
Where?
seem to be. But what is allowed in a we are separated now? There's a separation of okay, maybe we know for sure that we're not coming back together, or let's just take a break, sure. But what is allowed in that? Okay, we're still legally married, but we're not in a good place, and we've formally communicated that we want to be separate. So we're even living in like separate houses or
Yeah.
what have you. Are you allowed to see other people in this gap?
I
Is
think for
that
me,
cheating?
from a religious standpoint, it's not allowed. But if you're not, if you don't believe in God or you're an atheist, then separation is separation. Like we're not together. Like I mean, we're trying to maybe, I guess, test the waters or something out of the marriage. You know, some people are trying to find themselves or find other people. But if you're a Christian, then it's wrong. Until you divorce, that you can even come and start thinking of dating someone else. So
Olorika asked question. He said, "What are this thing of separation? How are we supposed to know from our own standpoint? Because my own issue now is this: if both of us are separated, let's say we don't have that religious aspect in it,
mm,
if both of us as if two people as let me not say both of us, please, I beg. If two
God forbid.
people are separated, two people decide to say they are separated because they have marital issues, so at this point they are going to go and live in different places, blah 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 blah. What was you people should make contracts on what the separation terms are, because I don't not the one that you people will finish separating now and everybody was doing
Mm,
free willy anything. Next minute now they will now come and use this one for divorce claims.
yeah.
Extramarital affair will now come up. No. So as the two people are separating, they should decide, okay, oh, this is what is allowed, this is what is allowed. They should even sign paper so that it will not come and bite them when the divorce, if they end up divorcing and when the divorce paper comes, because this is what is happening now. There are
Yeah.
accusations going on about, but then one person is saying, but we were separated. Because in
Also, yeah.
reality, separation is not legal, is not
Yeah.
legally binding if it is not legally binding, basically. So it can be that you had extramarital affair, then it will now cause another disease.
To me, here are my rules of engagement, right? I think
Mm,
that in a separation space, whether it's we're on a break, whether it's we're separated, I think that you are not allowed to bring a baby back. Once you
Mhm,
bring a baby back, I think you have signed out of
mm,
the relationship, of the marriage. Number one. Number two, if we're taking this break, where you cheated on me, right? And I'm
mm,
trying to consider what I want to do, with the situation, right? And we're on a break. I don't think the cheater has the free card to continue his escapades. And
mm,
now, the woman who is considering, I think there's a fair play for you. Or no, not the woman, the partner that was cheated on, right?
mm,
I think there's a fair play for you to, if you need to step aside to maybe recalibrate,
mm,
to see what's out there for you, maybe. But if the cheater, in my opinion, right? If you are trying to show that you want to be committed to this,
mm.
I don't think that you're allowed.
mm.
to cheat in that kiniko, because especially if it's not an amicable separation, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
Hardly ever do we sit down and outline
Agree on
what the rules
terms. Yeah.
exactly, which is why in that Jada and Will Smith video, Will did not want to argue because they've already squashed the beef.
Trash it, but he
Yeah,
wasn't
but he wasn't
going along.
aligned that
Mm-hmm.
we were allowed to just bang up,
Do
right?
anyhow.
That was not the rule of the day. Now I think that should you not have any rules, and maybe there wasn't any cheating, you put just fell apart and chose to take some time apart. I think in coming back we have to forgive all indiscretions that don't involve a
Mm-hmm.
baby. You need to
Mm.
forgive and move forward. If you really plan, you can't hold on to what happened during a break if you are planning
Yes.
to move forward. Now, in this case of that, they're going forward with a divorce. I don't think now legally, I think you can cite it as extramarital affair because you were legally married at the time you had this affair. But
Mm.
I feel like that's been petty. If
Yeah,
we were not
exactly.
together at that point in time, I feel like it's a fair game.
For the person to
Really,
have been doing whatever they were
yeah,
doing.
especially if it seems like before this separation, you were out there on the streets doing whatever it is
Exactly.
that you want to do. Like I don't understand.
It's
Like
petty. It's petty. That's just it. Like you
now
shouldn't
you first
even
cheat,
bring.
oh. Now you first cheat,
Exactly.
but as in men stress me out because I just feel
And
like
to be honest, even if you're not the first person to cheat, I guess if the other person is seeing someone else, the person has checked out, so you to check out. It's just that, of course, when it comes to spouse, I don't know if she's asking him for money, if that's why he's being petty. I didn't really check if she's
that's
asking him for
fair.
anything.
That's fair.
It's like the person has checked out, so I get the pettiness. Men once. Well, let me not talk too much about. But I hate men. But yeah.
That's a new one from Afe that you considered. Me, my own is that if the separation was caused by one person cheating, how dare you
As
open
in
your mouth
triggers.
and use cheating against the other person?
Is the
But
effort put
better
in?
shut up. Better shut up and keep begging and hoping that the person is cheating on is not going to end up tilling your spouse, my friend. Can you imagine? People give what they cannot take. That
That's
is
right.
just
Exactly.
it. People are selfish. You think you can do things. Meanwhile, when
Get
the other
away.
person does, you remember? I don't know if you guys ever watched that Blue Therapy.
Mm.
Mm.
This stupid boy. There was the second couple.
Jamil.
Yeah.
I forgot his name. He had like him and the lady, his girlfriend, separated for a while. And then she now, out of like embarrassment and just being upset that he had
Mm.
cheated, he had lied, and so many things, she now decided to just, go out and, just
Get
have
after a
fun.
minute.
Yeah, exactly. And then the next thing I saw was the guy calling her a hoe.
Slut shaming her. Yeah. I'm like,
Ehen.
bro. And this is the same guy who was in the car with his ex having a
For
long
4 hours.
thank you. And they were just talking. I'm like, please go and jump in Northern Bridge. Rubbish.
As in, so why would you do that? Why would you even do that? Like the double standards is
It's
wrong.
crazy.
So I don't know why people. In fact, human beings are wicked. Though, let's just take it.
Human beings are something
Steady
else.
dishing what they can't.
As in,
Serve.
take.
Simple. Mm. Oh well.
Oh well, ladies,
Good
it's been
luck to
real.
these people. Mm. It's been real
May
low.
we find them lifelong partners, not just
Eh.
30
Yeah.
years plus.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
All right, ladies, it's been
Peace
real.
out.
See you on the next one.
Bye.
Okay.